left. Wang Hao will have 7 minutes, and there is no increment until move 40, and Wang Hao will have draw odds, and they are off. What are we seeing? Are we going to see a Rossolimo?
Yeah, Vishy is saying, okay, this is a must-win situation. No more Salt Sveshnikov. Let's check out the Rossolimo, which is also what he switched to in his World Championship match against Gelfand, where they started debating the Sveshnikov. But then Vishy later scored a key victory in the Rossolimo. This is a theoretical line, has been played between Caruana and Carlsen, among others. Very complex stuff. Pawn to b5. The white bishop goes to d6, but Wang Hao does not want to allow that. Goes pawn to d6. If memory serves, I thought bishop a4 was the move here, but Vishy probably has something in mind. Goes bishop c4, allowing this d6 move, because I thought if you go here, now d6 doesn't work because knight takes. Did he mix up the move, or he's taking some time? Yeah, knight bd2. Maybe something went wrong, or just knows a lot about it. One of the two.
I think he knows a lot about it because it's still very much in main line.
Nah, I think he's messed it up.
Ah, okay.
Knight f6, I think black's just better already. Was a little slip of the hand because you have to go bishop a4, and then the line is b5, bishop b3, and here if d6, a4 puts pressure. But if you start with bishop c4, since the pin is no longer there, now black can just go d6 as Wang Hao did, and he's comfortable. Knight b2, knight f6, and black's better. He goes h6. What is that about? He wants to stop knight g5, but why? Just move the knight out. Knight g5 castles? What is he worried about?
I don't know.
That's weird. h6? Why exactly?
Well, it does seem like a interesting move. At least maybe he just wants to get out of, I don't know. Maybe Wang Hao also isn't so familiar with the line.
No, but it's not about being familiar. Develop the piece instead of moving a flank pawn. This is shocking. Now Anna used the time to go bishop d5, and after knight e7 there is knight to c4.
Is that so?
I don't know if it's a big deal, but at least he gets to target something before black is developed.
Yeah. I think 97 has to be played though. And you have to meet knight c4 castles. The pawn has gone.
Bishop takes, and white very much back in business. h6 was a very surprising decision.
Rook e8. Normal.
Unpinning.
And
that's unpleasant. For see what Anand does. He could drop back with the bishop, and then if takes, if the queen takes, there's what I think they call a knight fork.
There is a knight fork on the board. I think this bishop move is probably a really good move, because otherwise black starts the kickback. But after the bishop retreats, can you just? I was thinking bishop e6 or something. Try to.
Yeah, it doesn't look so pleasant.
Or maybe knight takes bishop and then just. Yeah, but the knight can come to d6 on all these variations, so sometimes swings and roundabouts. Knight comes to d6 and that's it. Okay, bishop g3 on the board, and okay. Knight takes bishop is the most forcing move. Pawn takes. You cannot capture the pawn because of knight b6. As kindly pointed out by Jan.
Looks unpleasant. The knight has to drop back and hope for the best. Wang Hao goes rook f8. He's really trying to break all the rules today. Like h6, rook e8, rook f8.
Yeah.
Well, he's anticipating knight to d6, but Anand doesn't have to do it. He can just play any move, h3 or whatever. And this is still not a threat because of the aforementioned fork.
Can he make an improving move?
Yeah, rook e1, rook c1, h3. Any of those look plausible.
h3 on the board.
Okay. Stopping bishop g4.
And what about now? Should black try the kickback?
What's the kickback?
Push the knight away. b5.
Isn't it a kick forward?
Yeah. Kick. Yes, I have kicked the ball forward. Okay. Well, I don't know. Doesn't look like a great position.
No, I think he has to take
maybe knight takes bishop and then just simply knight b.
Then live with this.
Yeah,
d6, knight f5, when maybe h3 has some drawbacks as well in that the bishop is no longer covered. No, here. D6.
Okay, he's taken it off, and knight e7 on the board.
There goes that knight.
Then maybe you can go bishop d6.
Yeah. Completing that little dance. Bishop d6, rook e8. Bishop d6, maybe even b5.
Yeah, okay.
No, I'm starting to think this h3 was maybe not the most useful.
It would have been nice if the rook was
move
on
in the
e1.
position. Yeah, exactly. Having a rook somewhere feels much more helpful now.
Other moves could be bishop e5. But then again, that just feels like maybe it's not enough to play for.
It's very logical, just, maybe black is in time to simplify. I'm not sure if queen d5 works.
Yeah.
I guess so. And if the other knight takes, then queen d5 certainly works, and it's probably too drawish. Anand goes knight takes d4, but that also doesn't feel like putting too much pressure. Yeah, after knight takes d5, he goes knight b3. Keeps the game going. He does like his knights.
Yeah, he does. And there is some uncomfortable pressure. One thing that kind of immediately pops out is that the black knight can't actually move because of knight b6 ideas after the queen gets traded off. So, yeah, that would be unfortunate. Bishop b8. I spot all those cheap tricks.
Nice.
But presumably
Wang Hao
white
also taking some time here.
b5 on the board. And talking about time, Wang Hao only has coming up to 2.5 minutes. And we are move 19. So whilst his position does look like it's okay, it's holdable, he doesn't have much time on the clock and he will not be getting any increment.
No, there's still a lot of play in the position. It's not like the game will be over anytime soon. Queen somewhere, rook d1, rook e1. And it looks like the Carlsen game is over. Magnus looks upset. What happened there?
Ooh.
He did win, apparently. Why is he so upset?
Was it on time? Because Rajabov had almost no time on the clock.
It's also Ted lost the final position.
Okay.
Maybe just missed something.
Well, not upset then. Maybe that's his happy face. Okay.
The world champion wins his first classical game.
Picking up 3 points. Very important. And knight c5.
Here come the knights.
Nightmare time.
Wow.
Yeah. So Wang. So this means Wang Hao now coming close to 2 minutes on the clock. I mean, he has to develop the light square bishop, so rook moves up.
Okay,
But
7.
the rook is dominated. Nothing, no
this bishop
square.
didn't have a great square, so he moved the rook. And b3, Anand, touch of class, offering the exchange sacrifice.
Yeah.
Putting the David Howell pawn to dominate the knight on b6. Nice move.
And
Knight d7, but doesn't solve.
solves
black's
nothing.
problems. At least the stupid knight gets exchanged. Still some pressure though.
Well, the knight can simply retreat, right?
Had to.
Has to. Knight to d. I would be tempted to go. Okay, knight to e4. And Wang Hao is very insistent. He wants to trade
chasing
a
it.
knight.
Which makes a lot of sense because now his bishop also has a square to go.
But
Rook
okay,
c1
he should
played.
just move. Rook c1 is a very nice move with a threat.
Hang on.
Can you do
Knight
that?
a4, rook c8. You blunder rook c8.
Rook c, yeah.
Wang Hao shaking his head. How does this go? Queen e7. Pin, yeah? Rook e1.
Rook takes rook, right?
Maybe just pin directly.
I thought rook takes rook, and after bishop takes rook, knight c8.
Ah, okay. Does this continue? Queen c5. Okay, let's
Oh.
see. See what happened, Wang Hao. He didn't even bother. He gave up his queen. Queen c8, knight c8, rook c8, queen g4. So he has a rook and a minor piece for the queen. Not quite enough. Some drawing chances, but combined with the clock situation, it's a sad situation for Wang Hao.
Well, the good news is that he has a few minor pieces, so if needs be, he can just waste a few time
That's a good point.
and get to that golden move 40, get that 1 second increment. Very generous time control.
Rook d1
Rook
played.
d1.
It's so tricky, but because these pieces, they are not too well coordinated.
Wang Hao coming to a minute.
4.
Securing the c3 square, very good. It's on a dark square though, the lights, and white has a dark square bishop. Rook d7.
He needs
No,
some
rook.
squares for his queen. His queen is
We need to move the queen out of the way,
not
right?
in the thick of it.
Queen has to go to f3, f4,
Rook
rook
d3.
d3.
5. And how very focused on that queenside situation.
Okay.
But Anand has found a good square for him.
Yeah. And nice strategy from Anand. Perhaps going to trade off a set of rooks.
Looks like it is. Hand wanted to play rook d8, then he reconsidered.
There you go.
The hand wants what the hand wants. Bishop f6. It's still tough to break through.
Queen takes, queen d7. Okay,
Probably the queen will manage to
yeah.
chase. d8, queen c6. Too many weaknesses. Queen
Queen
c7.
c7. Nice move. Allows the white king to hide on h2 without worrying about checks.
Carrying
Oh,
bishop e5.
that is a nasty trick. Prepared with 40 seconds on the board. Bishop e5.
He's been around. He's gonna make some luft. g3. No, g4.
G4.
Yeah. Knight a2, hang on. And this allows some trick. Yeah, queen c6. Wang Hao is shaking his head now. The bishop is loose. Bishop h6 check is possible. Is there anything better? Queen c2 is also
No.
there.
Bishop h6 is the most forcing.
Queen c2, now c3. Yeah. Bishop h6 does look good because the black king ends up being so weak as well.
Yeah, and the rook and knight are not the best pieces to coordinate together with. Bishop h6. Anand just under 2 minutes, and they have now reached move 40, which means that they will be getting that 1 second increment. Knight to c3.
It's probably checkmate somehow.
f4.
Threatening queen h8, forcing king h7 eventually. We'll give some checks, but the king can walk to h4. King h3.
Yep.
Taking a moment, checking for knight forks. But he won't let go.
And that's it.
Hao
It's
resigns.
over. And Vishy collects 1.5 points. Another victory for the Indian Grandmaster. Incredible performance.
Yeah. Great.
Once again, you know, he's showing what a player he is. You know, he can play blitz chess.